Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the United Kingdom. And this month, in October, I've been doing quite a few projects using the Snowflake Splendor suite for our wider team. So I've been showcasing different things that you can do with it. And when I was having a look around, there are lots of cards and things using the whole of the suite, including the dies, but I wanted to focus on some of the projects that either don't need the dies or use different things, just to show how versatile it actually is. And of course I do like a box, so today we're going to be making a box. But first of all, the suite itself. So you've got Snowflake Wishes, which is a beautiful stamp set, sentiments and images, so really great if you're starting out. We also have the So Many Snowflakes dies, which are absolutely beautiful, and if you are venturing out into die cutting, this is a great one because it not only cuts out some of the larger snowflakes but also does some beautiful detailed dies as well. We have some balmy blue glimmer paper, which you can see there. And the Snowflake Splendor DSP. So a suite has a whole range of things, all of which are coordinate together. And the paper is 12 by 12, so you get 2 sheets each of each of the designs, and they're all double-sided. So as you can see, lovely colours in here, all the sort of cool blues that you might want for winter crafting, some lovely watercolour images with sort of splats and things on it. Again, some lovely misty moonlight snowflakes here, including Pool Party. You'll see we've got a bit of balmy blue in there, as well as stronger blues like Pacific Point as well. And then again another overall snowflake with some Pool Party on the reverse. So those are the papers. It also comes with lovely sparklies. I don't use them as much as I should, so I am aiming to use more, but these are lovely. They're lovely faceted gems, and there's kind of a paler, half of these are paler, and you can probably see there, which go really well with the sort of lighter shades of Balmy Blue and Pool Party. And then you've got the darker ones here, which are almost of a real deep iridescent colour, which are great with Pacific Point and Misty Moonlight. I mean, they all work together anyway, but just depending on what you want. Fabulous ribbon. A gorgeous ribbon, as you can see here, which has a beautiful sparkle to it, which you could colour with your blends if you wanted, or just as it is. And I've chosen to do some Pool Party, and I'm using the delightful tag topper as well, which is this one here, which has the channels for the 3 sizes of tags, so it automatically cuts off at each of those kind of bits on there. Probably which you couldn't see because of the light shining. And this is what we're making today. So coming up to Christmas, we always end up wanting to pack things up, and this is to show you how when you use DSP you can actually still use it for box making, because obviously it's much lighter weight, but without layering it, by reinforcing the lid, which I've done here, which means turning it in on itself, you get quite a nice lid, good box base, and you can see it's a really good size overall. It's about 5 by 8. Yeah, so it's about 5 by 8 inches overall. I've used the ribbon here, and you'll see I've created a tag here, which again I've just used standard Whisper White but 2 layers, and just used one of the offcuts to create the label. So I thought, rather than using Misty Moonlight again, let's use some Pool Party, use those cooler colours to create our box. So you're going to need your trimmer, and you'll need the extender bar out, and the first thing you want to do is cut your card to 7.5 by 10.5. So I'm working in inches today. I haven't yet worked out the centimetres on this one, but I will do. I'll add that in and then trim this down to 7.5. So okay, then we want to do some scoring, and it's really simple scoring, because it is the same measurement on all 4 sides, and we're going to use the right hand side here to score at 1 1/4. At least we would if there we go. So just score at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. Like so. Okay. Pop pop that to one side, and then you need to cut a piece of your 12 by 12 DSP. So what I've done is, first of all, I cut it at 7 5/8 along one edge, which gave me this piece here. As you can see, it's a really good sized piece, still enough to do a couple of card fronts, or actually make, you could probably make 3 or 4 cards using that piece that's left. And then I cut off the length to 10 5/8. So that's our overall measurement, so 10 5/8 by 7 5/8. And this little piece here, we will be just trimming a piece at 2 inches to create our tag as well. So I'll do that while my trimmer is out. The other thing you'll need while your trimmer's out are 2 pieces of Whisper White, both 2 inches wide. One is 3.5 and the other is 4 inches. You'll need those as well. Okay. So, having cut our DSP, we then want to do 2 score lines on each side. So, move your cutting blade out of the way. Make sure it's nice and lined up. And you're going to score at 1/2 inch and then 1 1/4. Now DSP, just remember you don't have to push too hard on that. You just want to reinforce those score lines. You don't want to push all the way through. So just a nice, simple, gentle score, 1/2 inch and 1 1/4. And the beauty of this box as well, with the ribbon round it, even if your lid is a little loose, it doesn't have to be snug because that ribbon is going to hold it in place for you. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to just want to reinforce those score lines, and that's both on the DSP and on the box base. And I'm very gently just running my bone folder over there. Again, it is paper. We're not. It's not card, so you don't need to go mad on the reinforcing. Okay, so once we've done that, back in with my base. I do love Pool Party. It is one of my preferred colours, I think. Okay, so once you've done that, we now need to do a little bit of snipping. She says if we can find my snips. There we go. Okay, so when I'm making a box, there are 2 ways. You can either do both tabs so that they fit on one side to reinforce it, or you can do what I call like a windmill, which means that one tab is on each of the sides. For a base, particularly where it's still quite long, I'm just going to do 2 tabs on each of the long sides. Okay. Now the glue I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, which is ideal for 3D items. You could use Tombow. The reason I tend not to use Tombow in a video is because I end up with it just taking a little bit longer to set, and don't always have time. So once you've created your box, I'm going to come in with my Seal Plus, you can see here, and just put some tape on those, and the same on the other end. So a nice simple box base. Don't do what I've done just there, just try and come right up to the edge. Being a little bit firm with my Stampin' Seal Plus there. Right, okay, not playing. I've obviously got something jammed in there, so I am going to come in on that bit with a bit of Tombow. Okay. Right. Now, so once you've done that, just come up on each corner and line those up. Just like so. I'm just going to have to hold that one just a little bit longer. So you can see I'm just lining up the outer edge, straight edge of those score lines with the box. So there's our box base, as you can see, perfect for you to pop your gift in. Now to make the reinforced lid, So the important thing here is that we're coming in and we are just cutting a little bit away here, and we're cutting our outer 3 squares on each corner. So I'm just angling it very slightly on those edges, and that's so that it will sit inside really nicely. So you do that. I do that on all three corners, on all 4 sides. So again, you can see, just slightly in at an angle. And so I've chosen this DSP, which is lovely pool party snowflakes all over. Okay, so that's our base card. Now I talked about doing my windmill. Okay, so I've cut my tab, turn it, and do the same again. So straight down, create a little tab, and turn again. So you can see the tab is kind of facing slightly different, a different direction. And the last one. Like so. So you can see here, each of our tabs faces kind of outwards. So again, I'm going to pop some, just some adhesive on there, on all 4 tabs. And the reason I do this on a reinforced lid is because you're not trying to then juggle. If I'd done them so they all faced in as before, you're trying to kind of attach your tabs, fold your bit over, and do all of that in one go, which obviously isn't ideal. So what I'm going to do now is just do one side at a time, and you just want to add. Okay, so it is just DSP, so we don't need anything. So fold your tab up to create your corner, like so. And then this side piece folds over. So we do the same again. So add your adhesive to your outer layer, fold your tab up, and you fold over the reinforcement. Same again here. We're going to add our glue, tab and reinforcement, and then on the final one, which I probably should have done before I did the other one, just add your adhesive. So just do the tab and then fold the reinforcement. Now I do now come in with my bone folder and just rub those down to make sure we've got a really nice adhesion. And there we have our box, and you can see it's just a really nice fit. It's not too tight, so it's easy to get in. To add our ribbon, I leave it on the reel, and I kind of leave about 6 inches for my bow. Obviously you would be adding in your gift first, then cut ribbon, and this ribbon holds its shape really well, so you can just play around with that to get a lovely little bow. And what I tend to do is hold the sort of the double loop bits up and kind of pull them in opposite directions, and that helps me to get a bow where the tails come down. Obviously just trim those at an angle, and then we can get on to our tag. So with our tag, as I mentioned, just got a piece of the DSP here. Now if you wanted to, you could trim that down, just to be more frugal. I've just taken a solid piece and pop that there. I'm going to come in and punch both of these using the tag top, and you can see because they're 2 inches wide, they just fit perfectly in there. Oh. There we go. and this is going to layer on the top. So I'm going to pop them onto one side and do my stamping. So all I'm going to do is grab my lovely snowflakes and some Pool Party, and I'm also going to use, I'm still going to use my Misty Moonlight just to give a slightly stronger effect. I'm going to add my May Your Season Sparkle just in the middle there. There we go. Just come in with those snowflakes all the way around. Don't drop your stamp on your project. And then all I need to do then, you can either leave that on the back, but I actually layered it up on immediately on top. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow here. Tombow, as I say, gives you the wiggle room, great when you're lining things up like this. So you just add that to it. And then all I've taken is just some silver thread I happen to have in my stash, and I just did a double overhand knot at the one end, so I've probably got about 10 inches there. Come in and just snip those off. Feed the loop through and pop that back through, and that's perfect then to add just underneath here as a lovely gift tag to go on that present. It's typical. I'm going to cut it a little bit short, just need to bend it slightly to get that through. And there we have a lovely gift box to make your season sparkle using the lovely Snowflake Splendor suite, just to show that you don't have to use every component. Even if you're a beginner, you don't have to buy the whole suite. You can just have part of the suite. Here we go, adding the sparkles, and you can still create beautiful things. Obviously, if you want to have the whole coordinating suite, it's all there, one easy ordering code. But yeah, so a pair of lovely gift boxes ready for Christmas, something really special for you to gift an item in, and there are lots of things you could fit in there. Thanks for watching. I hope you've had fun, and I'd love it if you chose me as your demonstrator. If you pop along to my blog, you'll find the links to all of the products on there, or you can go straight to my Stampin' Up shop at heidismith.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe to get notifications of when I post another video. Bye bye.